Greetings and salutations. This is Gaby of the Board Game Snobs, chief editor in charge. I don't know. Producer, all the above. No new episode this week. We have several ready? Not ready. If they were ready, they'd be on here. We have several recorded. We're still piecing some together. I was gone on vacation for a week. Jerry was unable to get episode 398 ready because he lives a busy life as well. So a classic throwback here for you. Now this one is a real classic in Board Game Snobs lore. This is when I record after the death of my mother. There are several things in this episode that are referenced many times throughout the years of our podcast thereafter. And it's a pivotal moment in my life. It was a pivotal moment in me and Jerry's friendship. It's had its ups and downs since then, but we're still hanging in there, and it's a pivotal moment for the podcast. So I figured that's a classic throwback right there. And, you know, I think this came out June 26, 2019. It's been a while. This is before I referenced Jerry's medical field expertise. And you'll notice we did not call him a healthcare hero because this was before the pandemic, before he became the healthcare hero he self-proclaims himself to be today. But anyway, it's a special episode in our hearts. So here you go. Listen to it. You've already forgotten about it anyway. Bye-bye.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And go.
And were you wondering what you could do for the next 45 minutes to fill your time? Probably listen to the 37th best podcast. Wait a minute. We're moved up to the 35th. The 35th best podcast about board gaming that is currently on the air or on the podcast or on the internet.
The sexiest podcast.
In the cloud.
Yeah.
I like that we have that nomenclature now of referring to things that we can't see as being in the cloud.
Yes.
You just think of all the data that's in the cloud.
It's up there.
What is your thoughts on 5G? Will that bring about the end of the world?
Yes,
okay,
obviously.
Probably so. Follow us on Instagram,
Facebook,
Twitter,
LinkedIn,
The Guild,
Netflix,
probably Amazon Prime,
Hulu,
whatever.
Voodoo,
Hulu.
Crackle.
Recently, I got Hulu.
Really?
Recently. You often talk about Hulu.
It's my favorite, probably.
So I got Hulu. Is that the one where you watched... this is sad. I got it to watch that show that you kept talking about that's like Star Trek, but it's not Star Trek.
Orville.
That has the guy that I don't like in it.
Seth MacFarlane.
Haven't watched not one single episode.
What?
Not yet, but I'm ready for it.
Now remember... You have to bear through.
I'll bear through it.
The first 3 episodes.
I'm a bear. Do I have to? Can I skip one?
Well, I mean, it does kind of give you a little bit of like background on the characters.
They are not developing characters.
No, they do because him and his wife have a thing. And it's a whole thing like that. That's kind of the backbone of Seth MacFarlane's character. So you kind of have to know that.
So the first hour and a half is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still somewhat entertaining. Just expect like super corny jokes.
Well, that's what you can expect from this podcast. Super corny jokes.
If you like the Orville, you'll love Board Game Snobs.
Currently, we give a lot of free advertising, I noticed. I guess it's not really that much because...
Listen to No Pun Included.
I don't think that I don't really consider it advertising because we don't probably have that many people listening to us. We're very niche. But we can advertise things, don't we? We can talk about things.
I love my niece and my nephew, said Sean Connery.
Oh, that was good. Where did that come from? That was very good. Like I'm often surprised by the quality of your puns. Just get me every once in a while. For the most part, 90% of the time they irritate me to an unbearable level. But every once in a while, you'll knock it out of the park. That was good. I suffer
All right,
through.
show's over.
I suffer through a lot of your bad jokes to get to the good one. 9 out of 10 aren't that great. Oh, deesh. I've got to figure out how to repeat that somehow. I don't know how to repeat that.
I don't know if you can.
I can't do a Sean Connery voice.
It's literally one of the easiest ones. You just make every S an SH.
Shh. Is that how you do? Oh,
Yes.
not everything here reacts well to bullets.
Orion, not everything reacts well to bullets.
That is. You're right.
Every S is an SH. I am the last one.
I wonder if he has like a missing tooth there or something. Yes.
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 We're like, oh, that's such a cool accent. I'm missing a tooth. We're like, oh, that's not as cool.
Ah, Sir Sean.
Did you know
Sir Sean Connery?
there's a Starbucks cup in every shot in the movie Fight Club? Every shot.
And they were giving Game of Thrones a hard time about the one.
There's a story. Well, Fight Club, you got one in every shot.
Fight Club, which we're not supposed to talk about.
You're breaking the rules.
You're breaking the rules.
You're breaking the rules.
Brad Pitt is probably, okay,
Go
in terms
ahead.
of actors, top 5 actors. You know of my man crush on
Kevin.
on who? Costner? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Please. We're not even talking. Kevin's no.
So we're just dismissing him as all-time number one?
Yeah, I wasn't even going to bring him up. It's a give-in. Kevin's no longer an actor. He is a legend.
He's an icon.
I wasn't even going to mention Kevin. I'm talking about
Icon go with that.
I'm talking about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo.
I love
He's
Leo.
up there. You're talking about of modern actors.
I love Tom Hardy.
Keanu, obviously.
You know, Keanu, look, let's talk about
Speaking of niches, he's got his niche.
where did he come from? How did he come from being a goofy comedic stoner role like Bill and
Bill.
Ted to all of a sudden like he's in the Matrix to now he wasn't a thing for a while.
A thing.
Now he's a thing.
A thing?
He's a thing.
THANG?
He's not a thing. He's a thing.
He's a thing.
People love Keanu Reeves. Is it because he likes dogs? Is that all it takes to be popular?
That endeared him quite a bit.
To be popular, all you have to be is sexy and like dogs. If I would like dogs, I would be popular. See what I did there?
I see what you did.
I implied that I was sexy.
I see what you did there.
I do like dogs, not the big ones, not the small ones either. I like the medium-sized ones.
What is a medium-sized dog to you?
Kind of like a corgi. I like
Oh.
corgis with their little.
Well, they're like a little bit of both. They got the short
Well,
legs,
that's why I like
with the
them.
full-size body.
I like basset hounds.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Like remember
Beagles,
Well, obviously
Jack Terriers,
Jack Terrier. Oh, my dad had a Jack Russell.
Jack Russell. That's
Yeah,
what I
Jack
mean.
Russell.
Yes.
The Basset Hounds. What was the one on Dukes of Hazzard? Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
And it was
Okay, growing up, I thought his name was Roscoe Pico Train.
no, it was P. The P was for
his
Paul.
letter initial.
It was Paul.
Coltrane.
Do you think it was Paul? Was his middle name?
I was
Roscoe
8 years old. I thought it was
something
Roscoe
Coltrane.
Pico Train.
Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Coltrane.
He was a lot better than Enos.
Who?
Enos.
Come on.
Nobody names their kid Enos.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Oh man, you're setting yourself up for
It was
problems.
a silent P. Like,
There
okay.
you
Anyway,
This episode brought to you by Cafe du Monde. This is my favorite type of. Your wife bought the favorite type of coffee or espresso. This is just coffee. Technically, it's not espresso unless you.
she
brew
got
with
some kind of
150
coffee
PSI.
when we went down to eat crawfish that she's all in love with.
Cafe du Monde is my favorite because it has chicory in it.
Chicory, that's
I
it.
love chicory. If you're
Really?
from Louisiana and you drink community
What
coffee
is
with
chicory?
chicory, it's a. Is it a spice?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I think it's not technically, but it's something that they put in coffee that kind of gives it a little bit of a kick. It has a little bit of an aftertaste, and it's very off-putting when you first try it. But because I think it's meant to have to have milk in it, like to be kind of milked down a little bit. But man, I love coffee with chicory. I don't like lattes. I like cappuccinos.
I like some taste.
Huh? What? Was that a joke?
Go on.
Anyways,
All right, so this is the episode where people want us to get personal.
I'm getting personal.
We're going to get personal.
You could tell I'm not getting personal because I'm drinking coffee rather than alcohol. Go ahead.
You want to get personal? Okay, well, I'll get personal first.
Please do.
So, when's this going to come out? I don't know when it's going to come out. But it's going to come out approximately, I'd say, 2 months plus a couple of weeks after my mother has passed away.
Your dear mother.
My mother, who I love very much, and I'm finally at a point where I can speak about her without bursting into tears.
True.
And I want to say thank you to everybody who said nice words. I want to say also thank you to especially the Soultrains.
The Soultrains.
He sent me a, which helped in my sorrows. What's that called?
Decanter?
Decanter.
Yes.
With the Avengers logo. Then very nice words from him and his wife, Chris Soultrain and his wife. Sorry, I do not know her name off the top of my head right now. She has sent us one email. Send us some more. I'm not remembering.
She's Team Jerry.
She's Team Costner.
Oh, she's Team
Costner.
Technically, it's Team Jerry. Go ahead.
Okay.
Not to derail this. Not to derail your train of thought.
It's okay.
See what I did there?
I see what you
train
did.
of thought.
So
really
yes,
good.
my mother passed away a couple months ago. So that's why we took a little bit of a couple of weeks off.
A sabbatical.
Took me a little minute to gather my thoughts, gather my wits, deal with the situation. My mother was one of the top women in my life, obviously. I love my mama. I was a mama's boy from early on. If I wasn't 350 pounds, I would still crawl up in her lap and let her cuddle me. Until I got too overweight for her to hold me, she would still do so.
That was a pretty rough time after 14, wasn't it?
I was a big boy.
Yes.
But yeah, sadly that happened. So we dealt with that. I'm dealing with it still. Sometimes, like, you know what's weird? People want to get personal. Let's get personal.
Get personal.
I will be like driving down the road at my job. And used to when I was driving home from like work, I'd be like, okay, let me call mom, check on mom. And I'd talk to mom, see what's going on, check in with her. Like I'll be driving home and I'm like, bam, let me call mom. Oh, wait. No, my mom's not around no more.
Yeah.
And it will hit me. And I will cry on my way home from work. And I will cry and I let myself cry a good hard 2 or 3, 5 minutes. And then I'm okay. I'm like, okay, I'll recover. Then I'm good. And then random moments, I'm like, oh, wait, my mom's not around no more. And it hits me and I cry. Then I cry, then I'm okay, and I move on. But yeah, it really does suck to lose your mama who you love very much. But I'm okay now. Things are going well. People have come to my comfort on a very good basis. I don't know what those words mean.
Comfort.
Right now. Comfort.
Come to my comfort.
People have comforted me. Jerry was very nice to me in this time period.
Very nice. I'm a very nice man.
Usually a cold-blooded rascal.
Yes. I do.
He showed himself very comforting in my time. In fact, okay, this was weird. Like, so my dad calls me and he's like, okay, so if you had followed the podcast, my mama she's been in bad health for a while. February, she got really bad. She went to the hospital for a couple of weeks. Things were bad. So from February on, she was in hospice. And we're like, okay, so basically you expect this day to come, right? Jerry operates in this world as a nurse, EMT, everything else. He understands. So I would call Jerry, tell him what's going on. He'd tell me what to do, how to perhaps comfort her, how to make her more comfortable, etc. Good friend. Well, the day comes, my dad calls me and says, I think this is it. That was a tough day. That was a rough day. I go down, watch my mother literally take her last couple of breaths, and that was rough. Some people I've heard this my whole life. And in fact, my mom, when my grandma died, she's like, people like closure. That's why they like open caskets.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I've heard that. Going through my experience, I am anti any of that. I literally watched my mother take her last breaths. It was not a pretty sight for me. No. I do not ever want to it's burned into my brain. I wish I had never seen it, but I was there for her. I saw that. I dealt with that. My father saw there. My brother showed up like 10 minutes too late. And that was rough too. It was a rough time.
Yeah.
I'll maybe start crying right now. It hits me. And I do get emotional talking about it because it is still fairly fresh. I mean, it just happened April 26th, a couple months ago. But that happened. But I'm better now. Things are better now. My dad is doing okay. He is surprisingly well.
Yeah.
They were married this would have been their 50th year.
Which I like, just to derail this from a moment. I didn't really know the history between your dad and your mom that well. But then going to the memorial and seeing the pictures and everything about it, your dad wooed your mother through his singing. And it was like this.
He was a singer.
He was a singer.
As people have listened to this podcast can hear him.
Yes. And it was like, that was looking at pictures of your mom. Your mom was a very beautiful lady.
Of course, that's where I get it.
And it was like... And it was like it was like weird. I remember being at the funeral and saying, "Man, your mom back in the day." I was like, "She was something." I said, and then your dad. I was like, "I wonder." Like, and then seeing pictures of your dad, I was like, "Oh, I see now." That was basically all that he had. It was like, "I've got to sing to this woman until she loves me."
Oh yeah, and he was. And what he will readily admit, and this cracks me up to this day, is he would like quote poems to her, pretending they were his, but they were not. They were lyrics from songs.
Yes, and I love that the fact he was gaming it up. Then
he was all about it. So yeah, he's a singer. If you listen to this podcast, I put a couple songs on there, and he's got. And growing up, it's like, oh God, Dad, not this song again. You're unappreciative as a child growing up. But now I appreciate my father's talents. I have zero talent. My dad can play the guitar. Well, he can play the basic chords.
He's got those 3 chords down.
He's got them down, and he can sing to them, adjusting what he needs. I have zero talent, Gary.
You got talent.
What can I do? Man. I can drive a truck. That's my talent. I can't do anything. But my mom was a fiery lady, full of passion.
Yes.
She went down to South America, met my dad. Then Grandma was sick, apparently. This is what I remember them telling me. And that's why they moved back to the States, because Grandma was sick. Grandma died when I was 12 years old. So my grandma was just like Mom. She loved me. She kissed on me, give me whatever I want, toys, food, anything. And so 1990, I was 12 years old. Grandma died. She was 84. She was about, let's say, Mom was 72 or 3.
3. So
Grandma lived about 11 years longer than Mom.
Yeah.
But so Mom was in her 40s sometime when Grandma died. So it was about kind of similar. Grandma had about 10 years on her. But anyway, yeah. So it's been a tough couple of months here for me. But anyway, so I got a brother. He's an older brother.
Who looks like evil Gaby.
He has a goatee and tattoos.
It is, if you've ever watched that episode of Star Trek where they like took Leonard Nimoy, the mirror universe, and like it's evil Spock, and all they did was give him a goatee. Literally, Gaby's older brother is slightly thinner with hair and a goatee, and he looks evil.
No, he's a lot thinner.
He's a lot thinner. I wasn't gonna say that, but he looks like evil Gaby. It's like it make you pause. They're like, what happened?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just like every family, things weren't always super smooth for us. Dad was a fiery Latino growing up.
Now, all 5'5" of them.
Now, yes, my father's very, very small. No, Mom was 5'4". Dad's like 5'2".
Yes, he's not very large.
I dwarf my father now.
Yes,
but
how tall are you?
I'm 6'0".
Yeah, he's 5'2".
350,
and he's 125. 2. Yeah, yes.
So yeah, and then how me and Jerry met.
It was through mainly, but it was Bubba. It was Bubba.
Bubba's been a long time friend of mine. He kind of knew my family, kind of knew my wife's family. And then Bubba worked at Walmart for a long while. And then I got to be...
Bubba's worked everywhere.
Worked everywhere. Bubba moved to Hugo, and he knew Jerry. Then he's like, hey, I know a guy that plays board games. And it was Jerry. He's like, I'm going to hook the two of y'all up. Not in the modern terminology, but in old friend
Not for
terminology.
you old kids, yeah.
That's it.
Yes. To backtrack a little bit.
And then Jerry brought Enrique into my
Well, I had to
life.
drag Enrique around. First off, two things. One, people have constantly requested. This is the most requested thing we've had so far, is that people for some reason wanted to know our biography, like wanted to know more about us. This is why we're doing this portion of the podcast. It's not that interesting. We should probably timestamp this for when we get out of it. The second thing is about your dad. What was that quote that it was from Dead Poet Society that Robin Williams said? And I thought of that when you was talking about your dad and singing to your mom that words were words were invented to woo women.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that basically, that was the mindset of your dad, was just to sing until he got made her fall in love with him. Yeah. And Bubba was the one that kind of introduced us. And Bubba's an interesting guy, and Bubba's like, I know this guy who plays board games. He plays the same crazy board games that you play. And Enrique came into the picture because of his dad. I think I've mentioned before, his dad often would gripe to me about how Enrique played video games all the time. I wish he would do something different. And I thought, hey, this is something. Let's get him together and, get him away from that, try something new. And then Enrique kind of caught into that. And so my history's not that interesting either. I think I've mentioned before in the past in terms of occupation, which I find this fascinating, that often when you ask somebody when you say, tell me about yourself, the first thing they say is what they do for work.
Yeah.
And that's kind of irritating to me just a little bit, because not necessarily what you do for work
Is that what defines you?
No, it's not what defines you. Like, I know people who have very boring jobs, but their
Yes.
hobbies are awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, I know somebody who's
Oh,
like,
yeah. They want to know like some of the other hobbies.
I
too.
literally know somebody, if you ask them what they do, well, tell me about yourself. They're like, well, I
I'm
work
an accounts specialist.
I work on ladders, but what's your hobbies? Oh, I've been all over the world. I travel
yeah.
constantly.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's what's interesting, is that people automatically just fall back on whatever it is. What are you asking?
Yeah.
And so, and unfortunately, I have been in the same profession for my entire
Yeah, but your job
adult-
is fascinating.
It's not that anybody.
No, okay, well, I would say the triage part.
The triage part might be.
You have made some very difficult calls in your life.
It's not that difficult. Anybody who this is not to sound cold. I'm sorry.
For you that know triage,
So from like the time that I was 18 years old, I've been involved in as an EMT or EMS, and then into the fire department, and then eventually got a degree, went on to be an RN, and have worked in, whether it be some in rehab, some what they use the floor. Well, that's what they call it, med surge, just generalized hospital stuff, home health, and in emergency rooms, just a little bit of everything. But my heart always kind of lied with the emergency management side, the emergency medical services side, whether it be with the fire department or working on an ambulance and so forth. And so a lot of my background was that, as either an instructor or a trainer for the fire department, or working on the ambulance and just good old fashioned stuff. And that's the reason why that's fascinating to some, is that unfortunately, when you work in that occupation, you get to see the worst of everybody. You
Yeah.
get to experience things that
see some dark stuff.
you see some dark stuff
Yeah.
that scars you for life. And that's why you end up either being one of the people who
You are very callous.
that are very callous, or you statistically burn out after 5 years. That's like the thing. It's like every 5 years, then like everybody leaves. Or you become quite like this, where you just, everything's a joke and nothing's too serious.
Right.
And so for a very long time, working in the medical field in the various areas, and seeing what people will do to one another, and seeing how people react, and being, as anybody in the medical field will profess, is that the worst thing, one of the things that irritates you the most, is on television, watching how the medical field is portrayed. It's not accurate.
I will say that from my point of view,
Yes.
when my mother was sick, I'm like, oh, well, we'll just take her to the hospital and they will take care of her. And you rush her to the hospital, and it's not like the TV shows.
No, it's not like the TV
She
shows.
is not their number one priority.
No, you're not. There is a. I had a buddy who was in China who got sick. China. He got sick with pneumonia, and he calls me and says, "Hey, it's very different over here." And I was like, "Yeah." So what happened? He said, "I got admitted to a hospital, and they put me in a room, and there was no food." He says, like when you're in the hospital in America, you kind of sit around and people, and there's
They
lunchtime.
wait on you, yeah.
And there's no sheets on the bed.
Wow.
And I said, so what do you do? He says, no, it's your family is expected to provide that for you.
Really?
And I was like, wow. I said, so really? I said, so like, what if you don't have any friends or family? He says, well, then you're just on your own.
Then you're hungry.
You're hungry. And I thought, man, that would like that's like and that's something that like 90% of the medical field in nursing now has turned into being about customer service. It's not about the patient. It's about making people, it's like being at a hotel rather than medical care.
Yeah.
And that gets pushed to the side. And it's stressed, and I'm not going to get on my soapbox about that. But yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, that's why I'm crazy. That's why I say, and I'm very dark, and why I laugh about things, but also why I understand what Gaby goes through in regards to losing a loved one or having to experience mourning.
Oh, something I want to say about that real quick. So my mother is literally on the deathbed. I watch her pass away. Jerry calls, like, what's going on? I tell him what's going on. He's like, I'm on my way. I'm like, man, don't worry about it. She's gone. I'm okay. There was lots of friends and family there. He's like, no, I'm on my way. I'm like, no, seriously, don't worry about it. We're good. He shows up anyway, him and Bubba, and they're there. And it made all the difference in the world. And like, I could get emotional over that. And I was actually describing the situation to some other people, to some other friends of mine. I'm like, yeah, Jerry and Bubba showed up, and I like, bam, they're my two close friends, best friends, and it just made me super emotional, and I can cry about it. But now, in retrospect, it makes you very appreciative for the people in your life, and Jerry's one of those.
That there was something that you said that to me was very awkward. But I remember when Bubba and I were there, I think it was your brother or someone you was talking to, and they looked at us like we just showed up. Like, there's your family.
He was like, bam.
And then there's this weird guy that shows up, and then you got Bubba come storming in. So we're all like, we just come running up, and they kind of look at us like, who are you? And we didn't introduce ourselves. And then you look at somebody and says, yeah, these are the guys I play board games with. And there was this weird moment in time where this guy had to process, so you play board game, you like Monopoly? So literally your mother's dying and you think to yourself, I'm going to call my board game group. Is that what you mean? And I think that's very telling when you think of people who play board games and their little group, what they experience and what they talk about. You get to see people present themselves. For instance, I think there's a lot of people that when my wife will tell people, like, my husband's very competitive. And some people go like, what, Jerry? Jerry's competitive? Like, no, he's vicious. And like, you don't want to play games with him. Well, why? It's like, because he turns into a monster. It's like he is a person that when you play a board game with him, he shuts off and he's going to put his utmost
into a different side of Jerry.
Whatever game we're playing. I don't care if it's Candyland. I don't care if it's TI4. I'm coming for you. It's my mindset. It is my training. I afford that from my father.
You play to win.
I play to win. That was what my dad always said. He's the good old drill sergeant. You do something, you play to win. You make sure that even if you know you're going to lose, that you present yourself in such a way that the person who beats you understands you gave them your best. Because that's what your agreement is. When you start to play a board game,
yes,
is the agreement between the players. I'm taking this seriously. I'm going to play the game with the objective in mind. And when you win, I want you to feel like you beat me.
I won. And that's what I tell Jerry. Jerry will often be the learner of games. And we will play, as we just did today. Mm-hmm. We played 3 games. Jerry beat me at all 3. But he was the one that remembered the rules. He remembered how they played. And I don't like mercy. I like to remember.
Don't like mercy.
I don't. If you're going to beat me, beat me.
Yes.
But I still come close, even though you know the rules a little better than me. There was, we'll discuss Santa Maria today. There was a rule I completely forgot that could have scored me 18 more points. But I forgot how it went.
You still want to beat me?
I want to beat you. But, I mean, that's just the way it goes. Don't show me mercy. Just play the game. I should learn it. If I don't remember it, it's my fault. We'll play that game. Okay, now, next time we play it, I now know the game. This is where that's the tell of the game. But anyway, so that's a little bit of background on me and Jerry.
The only
Jerry he's married, has 2 children.
Have wonderful children. I'm just a good person.
I've been married for 20 years now.
Wow.
We have a daughter, Pager.
Your wife
That's a
doesn't
whole
look
different
old
story.
enough to be married to you for 20 years.
No,
I hope Gina
she's
listens to
aged
this
very
podcast.
Well. I've aged very poorly.
Gina loves me.
If
Gina
you want
thinks
to talk
I'm
about like
great
a
person.
king of queen scenario, that's me and Gina.
No, that's not true. Because if you look at Gaby's old photos, I pointed this out. This is very you wonder, you look at some people and you wonder, how did they get here? How far they have fallen. I was talking to Gaby's wife once and I was like, so what made you marry Gaby? And she says, he was a handsome man. I was like, what?
No,
What do you
she
mean?
also loved my humor.
She
My
pulls up
jokes.
this picture that I kid you not. I'm going to post this on our Instagram when this
Okay.
when this
Okay, go
when
ahead.
this podcast comes out. To me, it was a Equate brand Keanu Reeves. Gaby had hair. He had one chin. He had a jawline. It looked like, I was like, wow, I could see where you would be mesmerized by this. And then slowly over
The
time,
hair is
got.
astonishing. That's why I'm jealous of your hair. And I
do have
noticed
nice
it.
hair.
Hair is very important.
Shampoo, conditioner, repeat.
No, I understand that. But I also hear that, like, if you gain weight too quickly,
Yeah.
it can affect your hair.
It does.
If you lose weight too quickly, it can affect your
Anything
hair.
affects your hair.
Well, I've gained weight quickly, and I've lost weight, and I've gained
Yeah.
weight, and I've lost weight. It's not good for your hair,
No, it's not.
as well as
You're
genetics.
losing hair right now.
My mother had thin hair. My grandpa on my mom's side was bald. The odds were against me. The odds were against me.
It happens.
All right, so there's our personal stuff. I
there-
hope that's good enough for you.
Yeah, that's as personal as we're gonna get.
That's
Gaby,
as personal we're going to get.
that's as personal as we're gonna get.
We like to have fun here.
We like to have fun here. We like to keep it real. Oh man! So
what are we going to talk about next?
what I want to talk about is Santa Maria, the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. Santa Maria. It's an older game. It came out a few years ago and was very well recognized at the time. The designers of it, off the top of my head, I can't think of it, nor can I even think of the company who makes it. It's a tile laying game. Just FYI, I despise tile laying games, as does Gaby. This game, each player has their own personal board. You lay out tiles. As one of the actions is that you can take either these various types of tiles, lay them on your board, and they have different buildings on them that, when activated, provide you resources. Nothing special. Or perhaps they move you up on one of the two tracks, the religious, the monk track or the conquistador track, each providing their own separate benefits. So on your turn, you're either laying tiles or you're selecting dice to activate either rows or columns on your player board. And this is what's fascinating about the game. So certain dice are rolled, white dice, which indicate the certain columns that you can activate. So when you select a dice that you want to use, you go all the way down that column, activating every single building on that column, and then you end on the last one. That's where you place your dice. And so that building has now been used up. So perhaps you use a blue dice, and those activate the rows. And then you take that blue dice, you go down all the row, activate all the buildings, take all the resources and all the benefits, and then you place it on the last building. So it's like a puzzle. It's like patchwork, if you're familiar with it, the Uwe Rosenberg game. The tile laying aspect, to me, smacks of kind of like the Carpe Diem, is it, that we played at BGG, and a little bit of Carcassonne. But it's like a gamer's. I'm not saying Carcassonne's not a gamer's game. Carcassonne,
Carpe diem.
Carcassonne is. All right, I don't like Carcassonne.
No.
I don't like tile playing games.
No.
I like Santa Maria.
Really?
I like it enough that if I had to peg tile laying games and say which one's my favorite, this is very controversial in my mind because I don't think Santa Maria is not a game that I'm clamoring to play again.
I'm not either.
I think Gaby said it clearly. that when we ended up playing, he says, if you said, hey, let's play Santa Maria, I'd be like, okay. But I'm not ever going to think, man, I'm just dying to play it. Because we don't like this genre. We don't like tile laying games, nor this idea of there being a puzzle. Now, speaking of which, Carpe Diem, the Stefan Feld game that we griped about a few podcasts ago, Santa Maria is very similar in a lot of ways. You place tiles, you get benefits. You pick dice to utilize whichever roll, but in Carpe Diem, you just get those benefits as you kind of build your little village. To me, Santa Maria is way better than Carpe Diem. I would never play Carpe Diem again. I would play Santa Maria again. I don't want to play Carcassonne, but I'd play Santa Maria again.
Santa Maria, I would play again. I don't want to play it again. It's nothing that really got my goat, as they say.
Your goat's not got?
Who says that? I don't know. It's a 2017 game. It's got a expansion.
Coming out.
Is it coming out or is it out?
It's coming out. I haven't seen it yet.
It's got a solo.
Which the solo is basically
I'm all about solos.
To the benefit of this design, the solo is very similar to the base game. Like you could solo this game and be just fine. Get almost the same experience that you would from a multiplayer game.
It's by
I can't pronounce their names out.
Eilif Svensson, Christian Ostby, artist German Bonn. That's terrible. I don't know how to say their names.
But we enjoyed it. After it was over,
fine.
It was like Santa Maria is like a weak tea. It's like it's something that it was calming. It was somewhat thoughtful. My brain didn't burn.
No,
it's fine.
I did forget the rule of shipping the sets of 3.
Yeah, it's fine. It's very abstract.
Very abstract.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about, if I can, the theme of Santa Maria.
Go ahead.
It's colonialism, but it's presented in a very happy-go-lucky way. I mean,
happy faces.
It's happy faces. Literally, the victory point faces is how happy your colony is, and the victory point tokens are these pink, grinning.
We're so happy to be colonialized.
So happy. Our village is so happy.
So glad to see you.
This is not referring to the happiness of the indigenous people. It's just referring to the happiness of, I guess, the colony. Do you realize that when I was looking at this game and thinking about how many games we have that are about colonialism, we have a lot of them.
What?
Okay, so we got Santa Maria,
Okay.
which is very abstract. I know that. We then have Endeavor, which literally has slavery cards in it.
Okay.
We then have one of our favorite games of all times, Age of Discovery.
Oh.
Is just that.
Oh, yeah.
And then Mombasa, which is just
Yeah.
it is. That's exactly what it is.
A nice glassed over version.
Archipelago, which we have not played, which
Not
sits
played it?
on our shelf of shame,
And it has for the longest.
is essentially
It's our longest shelf of shame resident.
it is, isn't it? Archipelago
Think it is.
our longest shelf of shame resident. I'll get on that. I promise you. I will. I'll probably take it home with me right now.
Okay.
I will take it home with me because I need to learn it again so that we can teach it. But the thing is that why are so many games about colonialism? It's not something that we
Well,
like.
isn't that a area control?
Yeah, but why? Like, why
know.
is that such a? Is it just a fascinating part of our history? I think it's fascinating, but for bad reasons.
I think so. Because if you talk about colonialism, it's obviously not good. It's like, hey, we're here. We're going to take your stuff. The stuff you've worked hard at, we're going to take it. Now we're going to tax it.
Colonialism, you can colonize something that nobody's there at. One of my favorite shows of all times. I talked about this last time.
Downton Abbey.
No, we talked about like
Knight Rider.
No, but
Nighthawk.
No. It's not a show. I'm sorry. It's a
Airwolf.
It's a movie.
Do you remember Airwolf?
I remember the theme song because I bought the CD one time that was like the best theme songs of the 70s and 80s, and it had
Michael Jan Vincent.
yes, it had the Airwolf thing. If you want to be pleased with your life, watch. Is it Jan Hammer?
I think it's Jan Michael Vincent.
Okay, no. Jan Hammer. I think I'm saying that wrong. I'm sorry, but he's the guy that did the theme song for Miami Vice.
Oh,
And there is a YouTube video of him with a keyboard just playing that, and he is very pleased with himself.
I thought it was this.
That's Airwolf.
This is the Airwolf main theme. There's apparently like...
Yeah, Airwolf was great. You know what else was great? You're going to have to turn that off. We just now paid off Enya. We just now paid off Enya. No. I liked Airwolf. Who starred in that?
Jan Michael Vincent and Ernest Borgnine.
Borgnine. That's who I was thinking of. Oh. What happened to them?
They grew old.
You get 10 points if you will name the person that, this is so sad, last night talking with Bubba. Who is the guy that played MacGyver?
Michael Dean Anderson?
Dean, is it? We were talking about MacGyver and how much MacGyver was such a great film, a great series. And I blanked on
Richard Dean Anderson.
Richard Dean Anderson. I knew Dean was in there. That was such a great, wholesome show.
It was.
Why is there not a board game about MacGyver?
What are you going to make it?
My game about MacGyver is just going to be when you open the box, it's going to have a nice picture of Dean Anderson on it. When you open the box, there's going to be a paper clip, a rubber band, and a pencil. And it's be like, make your own game. You just figure out. There you
go.
I don't know. Oh, that'd be a great thing.
Or
that'd be better than colonialism.
You know, they made a MacGruber.
MacGruber? Yeah.
From Saturday Night Live.
Was that
Will
no, it wasn't.
Forte.
It was.
Will Forte.
Whatever happened to him?
He's still making a show.
He's not
He
making
made
a
that
show.
Last Man on Earth. And it was like Last Man on Earth, but yet there was like 20 people in the show.
Yeah, I hate when a show
It veered from its premise.
builds from its premise. Santa Maria is very abstract. It's okay.
It's
okay. Do you need it?
No.
Probably not. Now,
Did you like Patchwork? If you want Patchwork a little more gamey, get Santa Maria.
the only people I think Santa Maria would be applicable to would be those that super love Carcassonne, Isle of Skye, and Patchwork. If you're that type, you like a lighter game, that probably something you could probably play with your kids. It's a little bit stepped up from a family game, I'd say. Has a decent solo. Santa Maria might be up your alley, but for us, a certain other podcast talked about it very heavily and recommended it, which is why it was on my watch list for so many years. I happened to get it used at the local BGG flea market, and it's okay. I'm glad I played it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I always enjoy playing a game, but it's not a game I would just seek out and buy.
Nah. So
Board Game Snobs, not approved.
it's okay. It's okay.
So if it's okay,
It's not approved. Yeah.
approved.
We don't do approved unless it's something we really
It
think
did not blow us away.
We're not blown away. Friends, family, loved ones, boardgamesnobs@gmail.com.
This has been our most personal podcast yet.
You're wiped out from it. I could tell.
I'm done.
It's done. I'm
so
sorry.
done.
Please send us an email if you want to. You don't have to you really don't have to send us any type of email that's about anything. Just say, hey. Literally,
Hey,
just
what's
send an
up?
email that says, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. And the more wise.
Although I do like to hear it. Love you guys.
Oh, I don't particularly care about that. I am fascinated when people tell me about the things that they like.
Yeah.
So we've told you about us. Maybe you should tell us about you.
Tell
we
us a
don't-
little something.
Tell us about
yourself.
a weird hobby or a fun fact or something that perhaps is near and dear to your heart.
I love to dance.
You do love to dance.
I'm a dancer
and
and
for
a
a
karaoke.
large man, you dance
I
wonderfully. You
will
are
get
light on
after
your
it.
feet.
Oh, I can hammer time on nobody's
You were
business.
dancing at Enrique's party.
You better hear me.
What was that? What were you dancing? That was that.
A love slide,
The love slide.
Cleveland shuffle, any kind of shuffle you want to do.
You
I'm
can
out
shuffle.
there.
You are a
I
shuffler.
will shuffle out there. Not on my business.
You do shuffle. I can't dance.
No, we know.
I don't want to crease my khakis. This is Jerry. We love you. Send us an email.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.